special recognitions.
All right, Coach Hall?
Okay, come on up, girls. I would like to recognize these young ladies. They have recently signed to play college athletics. We have Ashley Gilbert here. She is signed to play softball at Mineral Area College. Natalie Clinton and Lily Kincaid, they're kind of the dynamic duo here. They're going to Crowder College to run cross country. Two others that couldn't make it, but I want to recognize them. Katie Evans, which is going to play softball at East Central Community College, and Annabelle Westbrook, that's going to play volleyball at Michigan University.
Here, I'm gonna get in the middle, that way it doesn't look awkward.
Good job.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere, girls. Please.
Alright, now you can lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
Go ahead, Matt.
You guys started.
Oh, pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks.
Congratulations, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Hall.
Alright, we need a motion to approve the meeting agenda.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any staff or patron comments on agenda items? Old business, job descriptions. Human resources and payroll specialist.
Make a motion to accept human resource and payroll specialist job description. Second.
Any questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? MSBA 25E policy update.
Yep, you guys received the policy update last time, so we are recommending for approval as it's been presented. The main topics covered in this update is instructional, media and library materials. And then there's a little bit on MISHA with some rule changes that affect the participation in homeschool. Aside from that,
I think I got this right from reading through this, but I would make the motion to accept the policies as presented, which includes rescinding 2AC R1 and replacing that or implementing the 2AC AP1.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? New business, we need a motion to approve consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Job descriptions for teacher and OT.
those are the next two on the docket. So if you have any questions throughout the month, feel free to reach out. We'll consider those.
Summer school dates.
Yep, it's hard to believe, but it's here, starting to plan for summer school. And so I need to approve those. Those dates are similar to what we have had in the past. It's 16 days, generally Tuesday through Friday, with the exception of the first week, which takes into account Memorial Day. Timeframe run from 7:40 to 3:30.
I make the motion to approve the summer school days.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? MSBA full policy maintenance schedule, service contract.
Yep, this is an agreement we approve annually. This is regarding the condition service fees, fee payment schedules, special terms, that we have with Missouri School Board Association. Our annual fee last year was $3,375, and that just increased just a smidge at $3,349, so a little.
I would make the motion to adopt the contract.
Second.
Any questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Snow routes.
Yeah, so in your packet, Sonoma, you can see that at this point, just maybe discussion at this point for snow routes. I've just been around just a few years. I know we've talked about it from time to time, but I just wanted to get the consensus of the board to move forward with planning and recommending snow routes. I just wanted to make sure that was the case, and we'll get to work on that. So I guess just discussion, so we have some direction on whether that's interesting to the board.
Is there a reason that we've never had them before?
We did several years ago.
Since I've been here, we haven't had them, so I think there's pros and cons to having them. I think they're, I think that the pros would be that, when you get down to days similar to what we had, you can see that on that last day, school districts, you started to see that especially locally, starting to call snow routes. I think, the pro is that you are back in school. And having kids back in school, and you're not, it's a safety issue, and not taking buses where they don't need to go and still conducting school. Probably a con to that is monitoring attendance rates. I think school districts who find that, I think it would be consistent to say that they do have some attendance issues on those days. And so that is a concern in terms of attendance issues, because that does go into our total formula for funding. And so that's something to consider, because we are paid on average daily attendance, and so that's probably a con to that thought. Probably a pro to the thought is that, there just kind of gets a threshold of decision-making where it's just really, really tough. And so, I think that kind of helps with that a little bit when you are trying to be on all the roads and all the situations. And it's not just roads, it's not just the actual, it's not just roads, there's a lot of other factors that go into kind of that decision. And so that may be a pro, is that helps with that when you get kind of that critical decision making for school or not school, that may help. I would say, for example, when we came back on that next day, we amended our routes as we needed to. And so there's that thought, but we wouldn't be able to come across the screen as communicating that we have snow routes. So I think there's probably some pros and cons to each side of it. I haven't been a part of the district or a district that's done that, so I can't say that would or would not work for Houston. But we would be willing to at least present something as snow routes just to have it. And so I'm not opposed to that, but I just wanted, that's kind of a district system to say, I want to make sure that I'm putting the right work in the right place. And so if you guys would like to see that, we'd be glad to do that.
So a question I would have, I'm not opposed to having the snow routes in place, but even with snow routes, there could be that student out there that can't get to the snow route
Sure.
location. And of course, attendance matters to them just as much as any other student. Can you do AMI for those individuals only if it's legitimate that they can't get to the bus?
I can tell you what my first answer is, and I don't think we can do partial. That's number
my
one.
question.
The other, so I have to check on that, and I would check on that. The other side of it is that philosophically as a board, we haven't been interested in using AMI. So that'd be a bigger conversation before I got too far up the road. So I hear what you're saying.
Sure.
That has just been a philosophical board thing we haven't engaged in. Or we have engaged and we landed that, so.
Yeah, and I pose that because if you live here in town and you got dry pavement, you're wondering why are we not in school? But there could be that kid 3 miles down a gravel road and the parents don't have the ability, the right vehicle to get them to that pickup spot. And I'm just thinking about that kid. And,
Yeah. I'll check on that.
Yeah, thank you.
As driving the bus, I'm not really for having a designated snow route. what I always thought worked is just kind of amending the route. I mean, the drivers know where their bad spots are at, so they know which kid potentially would have trouble. I think the driver will just contact him and say, hey, can you come here? And once they get used to it, it's great. I mean, when I drove at Raymondville, I had a couple of them that would text me the night before and say, hey, I know my road's not gonna be good, I'll meet you at the top of the hill, or I'll meet you at the church, or meet you wherever. I think that's better, because every storm's different, and you don't know what each one's gonna do, and I think it's gonna be hard to have a route that's very consistent. to
Well,
pick everybody
and
up.
each year it's going to change.
Where the kids are at.
Whether or not you need to stop at that driveway or not, because, and whether or not that driveway is on a hill.
Right.
Where normally you can drive on it, but stopping and then trying to get back going.
Getting moving again is trouble. The buses get around good, it's the getting moving again can be your problem, and then
Right.
stopping.
Right. So, anyways, I'd like for you guys to have that in your arsenal, in your decision making, if that helps in us, getting kids back to school.
I'd be curious about other districts on how their attendance is with the snow routes.
Sure.
Probably depends how many days they've been home.
Right.
Very good morning.
Maybe it's how practical it is because we have so many rural roads that we pick our kids up on. I mean, if the roads are gonna be bad, 2/3 of our roads are gonna be bad. I mean, it's just what we, most of our roads are gravel roads. So I don't know, if it'd be real practical to do that or not. I mean, I don't know. We just have a lot of roads.
The only thought I had maybe would be to go by our summer school routes, but then you got too many kids and stuff like that, and there's still a few of them that get on the county road too.
There's not many county roads that doesn't have some hills, and, I mean, everything, they're about all like that.
Yeah, and every storm is just different. I mean, you can always count on Blue Moon. I mean, you can always count on that ridge being mostly the worst, but it's not always the case, could it be beneficial? I don't know. Is it beneficial having the arsenal to have until, we have one more day and we're still, I think that, Mr. Russ does a great job in working with the bus drivers to make that. But again, I think there's pros and cons to it. I'm more than happy to construct something. I just wanna put, like Mr. Russ and his crew, if that's truly what we wanna see, I'm glad to do it. If we're okay with working through it, I'm okay to do that as well.
Do we know what Dave thinks of this?
I think yes. I think there's pros and cons. I think we can argue pros and cons. I don't think either of him or I participated where we could say it works in our area. I think every area is a little bit different in terms of how that goes.
We'll do Success, Rainbow, or Licking, or Kabul, do any of those have snow routes?
Some
right
do,
now?
some don't. Yeah, and I don't care I don't have the number in front of you in terms of attendance. That is an important piece to this, so I can gather that. I don't think we have to rush into it, but I'll, if you guys don't care, let me check on attendance and maybe see how that will look.
I think that's the biggest factor, because if we're losing money and some kids are getting behind because they're not there, I think that's an issue.
So I will
Are we
check.
consistently running out of our filling snow days? I mean, are we?
So we're in a position where we work those in, and so when it doesn't, we build in the amount of hours that if we missed 5 more, we're built in to the extent of 60 hours, and so it doesn't, I don't say it doesn't matter, because instructionally it matters, of course, and the board always has the prerogative to say, hey, we've missed 50 days, we're going back to school, they always have the prerogative. However, the way we've built our calendar so far, it was important for us as a priority to make sure that those days were built in. So that's why it's harder for us to get much less than our current day count, because we do have those built in, and historically speaking, over a 10-year trend, we've missed 10 days or more every single year. So it's smart for us to recognize that, I think. And here we are, we're maybe right on the trend
The
again.
calendar's not over yet.
So that's not a factor necessarily. But I will, I'll gather the AMI information that you asked, and also gather information on attendance locally here for those school districts.
Is there anything else you're wanting him to get together? No? Okay. Program evaluations, homeless program. What's next?
Before they get started, I just wanted to just recognize we have all of our counselors in the same room, and so I just wanted to recognize it's Counselor Appreciation Month and week and day, and so they all do a really great job. And I just wanted to pause just a minute before you guys got started and thank them for the hard work that they do. They do an exceptional job for our district. It is a job description that is very long, and from day to day, you never know what you're going to get into. And so sincerely, I appreciate all three of you and the work that you do within your buildings. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You guys have my program evaluation. They're homeless. Do you have any questions?
So I do have one question.
Sure.
It says students served 21. Is that
This,
right now or is that over time?
no, that's right now.
This school year.
This school year, and then, yes, right now I have 21 students district-wide that are marked McKinney, and so, last year.
It's kind of our trend, is it been going up, down?
It's about the same.
Steady?
Yeah, I ran it, and this time last year I had 22.
Okay.
And so I believe we're probably under-identified, in all honesty, but the lack of housing is a challenge here, just to be real honest. And because if you live in a camping trailer under McKinney Ventral in the state of Missouri, you can qualify. So a lot of times I make a call and just ask if it's by choice or circumstance, and kind of go from there.
I would also add that Ms. Moore does a fantastic job connecting with like our Bright Futures organization. And Bright Futures is not the only one. Sometimes we just have to figure out what the need is, and so Ms. Moore, truly for the position, it's called a liaison position. That's truly what she does, is a liaison between the student need and community and school resources. And so Ms. Moore does an exceptional job at that.
We get creative sometimes,
Yeah.
but we figure it out.
I'd make a motion to approve the homeless program evaluation.
Second.
Any other questions for Mr. Pam? Those in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Migratory foster program, Ms. Holt?
Hello.
I provided the program evaluation. This is for our foster students in the district. I serve as liaison. I did a summary saying that we serve approximately 30 plus or minus foster kids per year. It is a very transient group, and so like for example, right now there's currently 16 kids who are identified in foster care. That's not something that we get a choice over. It is a court order, and we receive a placement letter, and we start identifying them from there. If they are, if their parents reside in another district, we are able to build that district for the kids to attend here. But the same is true if we have a kid who's removed from Houston schools and attends, for example, Kabul, we receive a bill from them as well.
And that is hard to guess at. That could be any which way, any day. Both what we are paying other school districts and what they're paying us, it's really hard to. So that is a very transient population, as Mrs. Bolt said. I would say this about Ms.
It
Bolt.
is ranged anywhere from 20,000 to 60,000.
And that goes either way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
either way.
Wow.
A lot of it depends on the foster homes, and when we don't have foster homes here, unfortunately, our kids are moved.
And I just also want to plug that you know, we are in a community right now that really has a great outreach for foster kids, even downtown here. Our Fostering My Faith organization is, if you've never been in there, it's a fantastic resource. And it's not just for Houston kids, it's for a lot of other kids, but I would just say that is a great resource for our kids to get down there and be able to have additional resources.
I'll make the motion to accept the report on the foster program.
I'll second.
Any other questions for Ms. Holt?
Thanks.
Those in favor? Thank you.
Aye.
Any opposed? English language learners, Mrs. Holmes.
We currently service 7 students for the ELL program, and that's stayed pretty well the same for the past 3 or 4 years that I've been doing this. Students can exit if they graduate or if they score a certain composite score on the test itself. And so as far as identification, teachers, if they think that students, if English isn't the primary language or it's not at the home that they're living in, they can refer them to me for a screening to become part of the program, and that's happened before. But more often than not, it's through enrollment, and there's the place on student enrollment where they can identify if English isn't the primary language, and then the secretaries would let me know that, and then I would screen them to be part of the program. We've had a couple exit here recently. One graduated. There was a circumstance for another one that caused him to leave the district. But each spring, the window opens up early in February, or excuse me, mid-January. And so all the students have been tested for this year. And then we'll get reports back in the spring. And those will go back to teachers and also parents. And we'll provide that in their native language. But if you have any questions, please let me know.
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
ELL.
I will also add that Mr. Rowland did wash his face. He had a tattoo straight across his face.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Second.
Any other questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Student liaison?
Hello. So recently we had the Hoop Queen dance. I don't remember the name of it, but we had the Hoop Queen dance, which not a lot of people showed up, but I still think it was a pretty successful dance. I think maybe just next time we do a dance like that, we need more publicity, because I didn't really know there was a dance until the week of. So maybe we can do a couple weeks in advance to get more people there. That's all I had, really.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Hopkins.
Just a couple of points.
You're good. Okay.
I just want to congratulate Mr. Smith. He was our elementary teacher, Proud Tuesday Teacher of the Month. Mr. Rancich and I attended a meeting at the city to help with, it's called the Early Childhood Education Project, and the focus was to try and think of ways that we can help our community with childcare and then discuss funding options. There was quite a few representatives from the community there. It was a good meeting. I believe there is a total of 4 meetings over the course of time. So we'll get back together and brainstorm ideas and see if we can put that in place. But it was informative, and I feel like we were able to contribute significantly to that meeting as well. Quick PAT update. We are currently conducting preschool and kindergarten screenings for our in-house students. Outside student screenings will start mid to late March. She's working on compliance documents for DESE right now. Our 3rd invoice will be submitted by March 1st. She was excited because she got her first prenatal family, which is great. We're currently at 18, and she's had several PD meetings advocating for our program and first steps. I included our iReady data. We have our second collection and kind of have been going through all of that. What is important is we want to see the green columns from the beginning of the year to the middle of the year moving up, and we want to see those red columns moving down. The 3 classes listed at the bottom, target class and then the other 2, that is our 4th grade. We have set things up a little bit differently in 4th grade, just testing out some different things as far as instruction, and the way that we have it set up right now, it's made a significant difference, specifically in that target class. If you look at the red, we have dropped significantly, which is a big deal. So we're able to focus all of our interventions in one particular class and meet the needs of our students, just in a different way. We were very mindful about how we set that up, but it also has contributed significantly to the other classes as far as pacing, and has made a difference. So again, I was excited to see this data collection cycle, but I'm even more excited to see what it's gonna be at the end of the year, because it's only been 3 months. So some of those students grew significantly. So proud of everybody's efforts on that. Our attendance is holding steady. We got a few activities coming up. You guys are always welcome to our parties. Friday is Valentine's Day. If you wanna swing by, you're welcome for that. The community health dental truck is gonna be here from February 23rd through March 13th. They serve several of our students and really benefit everyone in the district. FFA Day will be on the 26th, which is always an exciting day. They bring some of the animals and talk to all of our students. They spend basically the whole day with us, and it's always a good time. Our second grade music performance is coming up, and we'll be wrapping up third quarter shortly. Any questions?
Ms. Jarrett, what is the target class and then class?
That is our fourth grade. I just didn't identify who the teachers were, but I wanted you to see the numbers for the students.
Got it.
So,
Got it, okay.
if you want more information on that.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, you have my board report. Our attendance is hanging there the same as well. Our overall attendance is at 94.59%. We've had quite a bit of sickness that's went around. Seems like it just keeps going, but for the most part, we're doing pretty good on attendance. Mr. Rawlings is here, and there is his report there on school counseling. I just want to also say that I appreciate all of you taking this. All of the hard work that he puts in for our kids. I'll explain here in a minute.
Mr. Rawlings,
Mr. Rawlings
had time to wash
does
that.
a wonderful job. Not only is he piloting the SEL program, Second Steps, but he also, meets with small groups. He meets with individual students. And just this year alone, like the emails I've got from parents thanking me to just let me know, which I shouldn't be getting the thanks he should, of the difference that he makes in these kids. And a lot of people don't realize how much work they put into our kids and helping them deal with issues and stuff. And you make a big difference to our kids. And I appreciate that. So, Student of the Month, I did invite her to come this month, and she chose not to. But our Student of the Month is Haley Crow, and she was recognized for the character trait of grit. We're proud of all of the other ones who were voted in there. Beta Club, our Beta Club has grown a lot this year. Dara Jackson and Lauren Richardson are in charge of that, and they really put forth a lot of effort for these students. They go to convention, things like that. So they were raising money to go to conventions. So we had Tattoo a Teacher, which I thought was Friday, but it was today. And Dr. Copley blessed me with this tattoo on my neck. So, wear it proud. But anyway, I don't know how much money they raised today. We'll get an update on that. But I think that the kids had a lot of fun, and teachers had tattoos on their noses and everywhere else. But and then I want to congratulate Alicia Wilson. She was nominated by our students as Teacher of the Month. And the students who made that video, when that does come out, they really put in a lot of effort and, wanted to make sure that they didn't miss all the things that Mrs. Wilson does for them. So we're proud of her. Glad she's in our building. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Starr.
Ms. Munson couldn't be here tonight, so you have her report, and I will highlight some things and then do my best to answer any questions if you have any. At the high school, our proportional attendance is holding strong. We're at 93.69%. Recently, we had 9 girls that made the academic all-state team in volleyball. To get that award, you must maintain a 3.6 GPA and compete in at least 75% of varsity matches. 8 members of our band, they're going to perform this weekend in Warrensburg at the UCM Honor Band, so that's a pretty cool opportunity for them. Congratulations to DJ Riley. He just recently scored his 1,000th point. So quite an accomplishment there. Senior Jack Sandberg has been selected to represent Houston High School in an honor choir in Albuquerque, New Mexico in March 4th through 7th. So that's quite an opportunity for him. Girls Basketball District will be hosting that here in Houston for the first time. Then we're going to host the Class 3 District Sectional game March 3rd. So that's another great opportunity to bring outside people into the community. Keaton Hinkle was selected as Student of the Month for the category of Lifelong Learner. And applications are now available for our students interested in our CTE programs, welding, building trades, health science, graphic arts, and auto technology. The applications are due on March 6th. And we've sent applications and tour invites out to Plato, Summersville, and Eminence. Plato sent some representatives to school and took a tour over there, so that was exciting to get some outside people on campus and show them a little bit of what we've done over there and what we're going to have to offer. And then last week we had our FCCLA compete in the Regional Star Competition, and 5 of those kids advanced on to state competition. So as we near the springtime, a lot of exciting times and good opportunities for our kids.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Johnson?
I'm happy to say the ECSC FER was approved. We did have an adjustment, which we had already knew was going to be the case, and we had taken care of that with our billing previously. So, yay for getting that taken care of. Our numbers are down a little bit for ECSC caseload wise right now, but we still have 3 months left of school, so I think we'll get those up there. Our state cooperative directors did have a meeting. We had some representatives from DESE with us, just talking about MSSD a little bit. DESE will be doing some on-site visits of co-ops that have programs on-site, and it's so that possibly co-ops can take on those for MSSD closures, those students. Because there is money available, and it has been, students that have been sent back to their districts, there are grants available for those districts. And as Dr. Copley, he attended the meeting, I was thankful for that. Pointed out, we have taken some of those kids and our school, MSSD school, has not closed. Can we get some of those funds? So we're looking into that, seeing what we can find out. Do you have questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson.
MSB.
I have no report this morning.
All right, just a few highlights. I just wanted to officially say that our auto program was approved by DESE, and so we're excited about that. I want to kind of thank the Carl Honeycutt family for the memorial donations that they contributed toward the auto program. And we appreciate the family for selecting that in lieu of flowers. I also want to thank the HEF. The HEF has really stepped up in a lot of different areas. Just this last month, they contributed to our Halo program, the Powerhouse for some equipment, and also our automotive program. They're gonna do the 25% match for the grant, and so it takes local dollars and just absolutely multiplies them. So we're excited about what the purchase of the toolboxes that we need for automotive. So we're really appreciative of that and working hard to kind of any opportunity to multiply our dollars. We're looking to do that for that program. So excited about that. It is also CTE Appreciation Month, so you'll kind of see some things about our social media, and Mrs. York is doing a great job with that. But just giving a little extra love to our CTE programs this month, and talk about the counselors and. The Friends of FFA is started. I don't know if it's been, I've not been here long enough to know if it's ever been here. You might know if there was a Friends of FFA, but it's been gone for quite some time, and so they have revamped that, and they had a chili cook-off on Saturday, and then did a tour. And so I'm excited to see that effort kind of just continue to advance our CT programs and specifically FFA. So that's exciting. As far as, just want to give as far as the Proposition Kids, just want to remind everybody that on our district Facebook, our district website, there's just some pointed information and questions. As we get questions, we want to make sure that we answer those questions, and we want to make sure that everyone sees those. And so those are on our district website, so feel free to take a look at that. We'll have another community conversations coming up, and again, that's not specific to the Proposition Kids, but we're always glad to field any questions about Proposition Kids. It is, the community conversations are really just general district business, any questions, concerns that folks might have. Just wanted to, we just got this actually noticed today, it's something we'll have to work through the safety team, but we have participated in a messaging system called Raptor. It's kind of an emergency alert system that was funded, a couple years ago, and the Missouri Department of Safety has issued a letter today that it's no longer, due to budget constraints, it's no longer in the budget to provide that. So those are things I think we're going to start to see a little bit, and so I just wanted to kind of make you aware that is an application that we've used here in our district for safety. And so our safety team, once we get together, we'll talk about what that needs to look like. But that's a kind of a budget constraint cut at the state level. And those are, again, things we've got to just really pay attention to. On March 3rd is Texas County Day. If you have any interest in kind of going up to up to Jeff City and participating in that, feel free to join us. We're going to take a small crew from here and be a part of that day up at the Capitol. And so if you're interested, let us know. Facilities update, just a couple. As far as the PRTC renovation goes, we actually received 4 change orders today, and probably about an hour before the board meeting. I didn't feel comfortable even trying to push any of that through. And so I'll send those to you to review so that you can kind of digest those, and so that we can give kind of proper time and due diligence for everyone to consider those. But generally speaking, as far as those CPRs, and I mentioned this before, is that I'm looking just for opportunity to, is what we don't spend, there, it goes into the equipment and supplies that we would need to purchase. And so the 4 CPRs are really about if we wanted to reduce one of the overhead doors, as it stands now, we've got 2. So this CPR would basically put one right in the center. And so Cahill thought that that's still an appropriate solution. So I need to talk this through with other people, but I just wanted to kind of plant the seed that was one CPR of savings that we can consider. The other is to remove the FRP panels that are going to go on the bottom, if that's something that our maintenance guys would want to do. It's a small savings, but it is a savings, and we may not even think that FRP is the right material there. We may want to put OSB board on that outside where that shop space is, something that is going to take a little bit of wear. The third one is just removing the painting. If we wanted to outsource that differently, I don't know if that's something we would want to do. That's probably one of the larger change orders. And the last one is about demolition, if we wanted to do the demolition in-house. So I'm not saying that those are good. I'm just looking for opportunity to try to use to balance the monies that we put into construction versus equipment. So I will send those out to you so you guys can digest those. I'll visit with our staff internally, and then of course we've got a committee that's been a part, and I want to kind of pick their brain. If there's anything on here that we would want to recommend, if it kind of gets in the timeline that maybe holds us up, we may have to have a special meeting. So again, I just got them probably an hour before the meeting and didn't feel comfortable trying to make this an action item. Any questions on that? Okay. The other facility update is just the ECC bathroom. We did receive the itemized options, and so I don't have any recommendation at this time. Our next step is just to review internally, and we just have not had that opportunity to review those. And so we'll take a look at those and see really what MLQPK grant funds we still have left that can contribute to that potential addition of a bathroom at ECC. We did have our CSIP meeting this week. It was really well attended. I thought it was a great meeting just to continue to refine our CSIP. You guys, I can expect we'll have one more meeting in April. And any changes we will be presenting to you as a board, and we'll present that. I have been presenting that in conjunction with the budget, just so that we're always having that in cycle. And so I encourage anybody that was interested to be a part of that. I think there was a lot of dialogue. Mr. Raylan, you were there representing the board. We appreciate you there. But I thought it was some good dialogue in terms of continuous improvement in our district. I did table performance contracting, I said you guys must have done that, I just need more time on that. School calendar, we talked a little bit about the school calendar, there was a petition to, allow school districts to move. I haven't seen it in writing, but what I understand today is that the board is not going to allow that. So those school districts, I think there was 8 initially, and on the second round of letters and requests, there was about 150 school districts that requested that waiver. And the best I understand is that the state board met today and is not going to provide that waiver, as that is a legal issue. It's not a state board issue, it's a legal, it's a law, so. I did mention this when we're talking about kind of keep an eye on things that are maybe cut back. I wanted to mention to you, well, we do take part in a high needs fund, reimbursement fund for students that we service that have high needs. And so that fund currently statewide is projected to have a $30 million shortfall. And so it's looking like that we are not going to get the 100% that reimbursement as scheduled. I don't think that's 100%. Last year it was similar in nature, this conversation, but I just wanted to make you aware. There would have to be a supplemental bill passed for that for us to get 100% reimbursement on that. And as the last item is just legislative updates. That provided you guys the legislative priorities and talking points. And the only thing that I have that I haven't included, and I'll just pass this around, it's on the Grady, Missouri schools, the new A through F report card, and I just pass it around. So in that package, it's just some graphic representation of what's kind of at stake right now. Nothing, obviously nothing decided on. But I just want to make sure you guys are aware of at least this particular item in the session. You can kind of look through that, but kind of the breakdown is really looking at 3 different perspectives. DESE, well, let me start with the executive order. The executive order is kind of described in there regarding the A through F report card. I think this page probably does the best kind of side by side of it, and you can see that. So we have the executive order and some of the things on that apply to the executive order. We have House Bill 2710, and then we also have the state board has issued a statement on the A through F report card. So here's what I think. I think we'll be moving towards some sort of different accountability. That's just my opinion at this time. I think we are going to move. I don't think that there is enough consensus on what that looks like right now, as you can kind of tell from this. DESE provided very little information. I think generally, they want the academic portion to be 90% total, and so that really is kind of where they're at. And then the executive order in 2710, the graphic, let me see which one here. This one right here gives you the difference of the two. And so I say all that to say I think something new is coming in terms of Missouri accountability and school district grading. And right now, I think it'll be probably those 3 pieces kind of stirred up and mixed together, and we'll have something at some point. I just don't know the exacts, but I just wanted to at least put you guys on notice that the accountability system is likely to be in a change movement. That is all I have for my report. I'm glad to field any questions that you have.
Okay, are there any patron comments? That may just have the next board meeting.
I move we set the next board meeting, March 10th, 2026, in the Library Meeting Center at 5:30. Second.
Those in favor? Any opposed?